Thank you for joining me in this Darebee well-being and self-care video. I am David, your host, and today we're going to discuss how to not get injured when you're exercising, like ever. Now, in order to achieve that, we need to understand first why it is that we get injured. There are a lot of misconceptions around this. Usually people say, well, you get injured when you are performing something using the wrong technique. And this is not strictly speaking true. Sure, a technique is there to help you biomechanically to create a more optimized way of moving so that you reduce the energetic cost to you and you output a lot more physical power than it would otherwise be possible. So a technique is a way of moving the body physically, neurologically, and perhaps working a little bit psychologically. If you're new to this, and all of us, if we do something new, somebody shows us a technique, we kind of learn it, but then we can't really do it until we do it again and again and again and again, and we create the neurological, physical, and mental adaptations required for us to perform it correctly. So if we're new and we are actually doing something and our technique is wrong, well, we are unlikely to get injured because we find it tiring in the first instance, we're wasting a lot of energy, and we will dial it down automatically. If we're at an advanced level and we're using the wrong technique, well, we have adapted to it. We are playing to our strengths, arguably. And because it works for us, it works. So when somebody says, well, your technique is wrong, and you're an advanced fitness practitioner, well, in all likelihood, you are doing it right for you. So why do we get injured if the technique is not the issue? Well, every time an injury occurs, it's the same thing. We try to do too much, too soon, for all the wrong reasons. Now, too much, we overload ourselves because when we start out on these things, we are internally at a good balanced position or level, and we can't actually conceptualize that we're going to become unbalanced as we get tired, as we try to push ourselves. So then we try to load ourselves too much with what we're doing, and as the load exceeds our tolerance, an injury occurs. And an injury is different from just sore muscles. An injury means that we have mechanically damaged ourselves to the point that our biomechanical movement and output has been compromised. And the third thing, of course, is that we do it for all the wrong reasons. We need to show ourselves, show somebody, prove a point. And physical fitness is never about that. It's about how you feel, how you perform, and your own ability in your own body to be physically capable forever, to your extent, right? So it's not a competition. If that's why we get injured, how do we avoid it? Well, I have 3 guidelines for you which you need to keep in mind. The first thing is, no matter what you do, go slow. This is not taking it easy on yourselves. It's basically going slow through the movement, going slowly through the technique, without slowing it down to the point that it loses effectiveness, obviously, so that you can basically control it. If you control what you're doing, the likelihood of injury is a lot less, and arguably it goes down to 0 because you're the one in control, and you're unlikely to want to really injure yourself. The second thing is, listen to your body. And that ties in with the first thing. If you feel in control, you listen to your body. Regardless of what anybody will tell you, the only expert on you is you. So basically, you need for yourself to begin to develop the ability to listen to your body, to understand where your tolerances lie, to be kind to yourself, to be gradual in your approach, to be methodical and structured so you constantly gain without becoming injured. And the last thing, the third thing, is to be your own coach. Now, if you had a coach, what would that coach be there to do? He wouldn't really be there to push you harder. This is a misconception. He's there to protect you. He's there to understand how you work, where your tolerances lie, where your weaknesses are, and how to synthesize all those things together to get the best possible performance out of you so that you can basically keep on gaining all the time. Well, you don't have a coach usually, so you need to be that coach for yourself. You need to be able to step outside your body and say, hold on, how can I do this safely? How can I do this in a way that will allow me to feel good? And how can I do this in a way that will allow me to feel that long term, I'm going to keep on making gains. So you want to avoid injury forever, no matter what you do, you need to apply 3 things. Go slowly so you control what you're doing. Listen to your body so you understand how it responds and where the tolerances lie. And they're going to change from day to day, from each time that you perform an exercise. And the third and final thing, be your own coach. Protect yourself. Synthesize what you're doing so that you are basically gaining every time in a safe, structured, controlled manner. If you do these 3 things, no matter what you do, you'll never get injured. So no brute force, no breaking through barriers, no chasing pain, no being unkind to yourself and having that internal dialogue that says, oh, you're weak, you're bad, you can't do this, and push through it. None of that. Those 3 things which I just gave you are going to protect you always so that no matter what you do, there'll never be a case of injury. Pain is different because of exercise, but injuries are catastrophic in the effect that they have on our body, in our fitness journey, and also in our psychology and our mind and how we think about ourselves. I'm going to link to a lot more resources on the resource box on YouTube, more videos, more studies, techniques on how to listen to your body, techniques on how to deal with particular sort of issues when it comes to exercise. So do check it out. Let me know in the comments below how you found this, if it has helped you. Internalize what I told you, keep on training, stay safe. I'll see you next time.